I remember a time when I asked out a girl on the street and within minutes we were on a date together. And here's a video genuinely just showing you how you can do the same. Because it's almost every guy's dream to be able to see that beautiful girl over there, walk over, speak to her, take her on a date. The problem is, for most guys, that just ends up staying a dream because when they see her, she walks by, he watches himself do nothing. So, in this video, I want to help you change that. I'm going to run you through exactly what you can do to unlock the skill of the instant date. I'm going to share with you exactly how I did it to be able to meet my girlfriend, how I've done it to meet other girls around the world, and how I've helped clients do just that. But before I give you the skills, I need to kind of give you something else first, because even if you get the skills, they won't help you right now until you master this. First, you kind of need the belief that this can work. And let me show you why, because when you're there, you're talking to this girl, say you've approached her, you've met her, you're speaking to her, and then you propose this idea of an instant date. If I feel really uncertain about it, it's really not going to work very well. And this is because for a girl, she will probably have never come across this, never done this before in her life. So she's looking to you for belief that this is normal, this is a thing. In the same way that there is a leader and a follower in a dance, that's what's playing out here. And one thing that I realized when I was speaking to girls was if I was kind of like, well, do you want to get a drink? It's never going to work because she's going to be like, oh no, that's strange, and he thinks it's strange. So the first thing is you need to believe it. So when you ask, that belief needs to be there. And maybe you're asking, well, how can I do that? Because like I've never done it. I've never really seen it done much. Well, unfortunately for you, you have to take a leap of faith. You have to be that guy that is, before he's even certain of it, takes that leap of faith to be like, you know what? I've heard about this thing. Andrew's talked to me about it. He said it's possible. I've seen it. I'm sure this is possible. I'm going to say this with certainty. And before any of you decide to say, oh, well, that's unfair, like, why would I have to do that? I ask you this. What exactly do you think the girl is doing when she agrees to go on any date with you? Other than exactly that. She has no certainty over who you are. It's quite risky for her to go on a date with a random guy, but she takes a leap of faith. So why should we ask her to take a leap of faith and believe in you if you won't even believe in your ideas? So genuinely, that needs to be there. And I'll walk you through the steps so you can feel confident in it. But no, none of these are going to work if you don't feel like you believe in it. Okay. Let's break down exactly how I did it story-wise, and then I'll point to the moments that are key. I remember one of the times I was walking home, I was in Bulgaria, and I think I was just coming back home and walking normal street path, going home, and then I see this girl coming towards me. And I'm like, oh, she looks quite cute. She had this like nice hat on. I think it was like winter time in Bulgaria. And all I did was simply go like, hi, excuse me. That's a really cool hat. Funnily enough, she had earphones in, so she didn't even really hear me. I didn't know she had earphones in because the fucking hat. So she turned, looked at me confusingly, took out the earbud, and I was like, oh, I just want to say that's a really cool hat. And she was sort of like half engaged with me. I could tell because you always want to look which way their chest is facing. So she was sort of like half tilted backwards. And I engaged with her. I was like, oh, what's your name, by the way? Introduced myself, said, what are you up to today? And she was coming back from yoga, and I think she was going home. We ended up talking for just like a minute or two more, and I knew it was kind of going well because she'd moved to face me. She'd been in that kind of limbo for a second or two of, is she going to go home or is she going to talk to this guy? Seemingly, she chose to talk to this guy. We begin to talk a little bit more. It's about 2 minutes in, and like people are walking by and stuff. And I was just like, hi, okay. This might seem a bit forward, but would you like to just get a drink with me? Like one drink, 15 minutes. I know a bar that is like 20 meters down the road. She paused for a second, looked at me. I just stood there. I went, okay then. And we went to a bar. I think we ended up spending like 2-3 hours there together and saw each other for multiple dates over the coming days. Like, that's all it took for me to be on the street walking home, to be sat in a bar on a date with a beautiful girl. And that's genuinely all it is. So let me take you through that of like what was important I did. Obviously we have how to stop a girl. I've got a bunch of videos on that. I can like link that somewhere of how to stop the girl. But what became key afterwards, I asked one very important question, which is, what are you up to today? As soon as she told me, oh, not too much, I'd just been to yoga, I was on the way home. Bingo, flashing light. She doesn't have to be somewhere imminently. She didn't tell me, oh, I'm just on the way to work. Oh, I'm just about to meet a friend. None of that. It was like, oh, she's just casually going home. Very good indicator. This is why we asked that question, by the way. So it's like, cool, okay, so she's not got much going on. We continue talking a little bit, engaging, and at the point where I realize, okay, this girl's quite engaged, I do something else. I ask a very simple request. Did I say, oh, let's just go fucking all the way across town to a dodgy biker bar that I know? No. I was like, see that bar that's like 20 meters down there? How about we just go for one quick drink, 15 minutes? I make the request super small because the amount of trust I have with this girl is like this much. It's some, don't get me wrong, like I've spoke to her for 2 minutes, been charming, she's gotten to know me. But it was still small, so I knew the request had to be small. And then what happened? I make the request, and this is something that I've seen every single time, and it's really funny. Whenever I make this request, a girl will stop and look at me. And in that moment, she's doing something very key. She's deciding, can I trust this guy? Or like, is this an awful situation to be in? Like, is this guy some Ted Bundy kind of guy? It's like, hey, no, I'm just a normal guy and I'm doing this. So I just hold, I let her just look at me. She's doing like, do I have any sort of micro reactions of negative intent? I stand there and she says, yeah, cool, let's do it. And that is genuinely all it takes. Potentially, I'd recommend talking for more than, say, 2 minutes. Like with my girlfriend, when I met her, walked up, same process, ask her what she's up to. She's going shopping, once again, green light. Shopping is arbitrary of how long that takes. And then I walk around with her for a little bit, and eventually there's a coffee shop, and I'm just like, hey, do you want to just grab a quick coffee and just get to know each other a bit better? I think that time it was more like 10 minutes. But I think as long as you can start to feel that kind of interest, if you're not in somewhere that kind of lends itself to immediate conversation, you're not already in a park, you can just make this simple transition. And honestly, like I call an instant date any transition that you make. If you met her in a park and you say, hey, do you mind just going and sitting on that bench over there? We could get to know each other a bit. Winner. You're walking near a park, go into the park. Any kind of transition, you're taking her from where she is to somewhere else. And guys can do that anytime they like. I know it might feel like, oh, no, this is impossible. I've shown guys all around the world to do it. I've spoken to guys. One guy did it with a girl that was on her shift working, and technically not an instant date exactly because she waited to finish the shift and then went on a date with him 20 minutes later. It was really good. But it's like, this is perfectly possible. If you follow these steps, like learn how to go over and speak to girls, politely engage with them, how to stop an approach. I will link to that. And then go through those steps. What are you up to today? Cool. Very small micro request. Awesome. And then thirdly, hold in that moment. When she looks at you, engages, just hold. And bonus point is it's easier to do this on a Saturday or Sunday between the hours of kind of like 11 till 3. People have the least going on at that time. Okay. This is how you can start to get instant dates. They are possible and you can do it too. I promise you. Stop like swiping. You don't need to do that anymore. And if you want to know how to approach girls and be polite and not be weird, then check out this video here where I show you exactly how you can be the guy that walks over and introduces himself and gets girls to have an amazing interaction with you. I will see you there.